So my brother recently got a hair transplant in Turkey, and he sent me a photo of his scalp. And no, it wasn't the good kind. Unfortunately, he hit his head right after the procedure and it started bleeding. Obviously, he was panicking and he wasn't sure what to do, so he reached out to me and he's like, hey, you know all about this. What exactly should I be doing? Thankfully, he was still in Turkey at the time, so I advised him to reach out to the clinic first and try to see if he can go back to see if they can check if any grafts had fallen out or whether there's any major damage happening to his scalp. Thankfully, it wasn't anything major, but at the same time, that fear that set in is real. It immediately got me thinking about a time when I went for a hair transplant in Turkey and I also hit my head pretty badly right after the procedure was finished. It was unfortunate, but it's something that is very common to happen in a place like Turkey or anywhere else, wherever you are, after you get a hair transplant, because your scalp is the most sensitive to anything it touches. So in this video, I'm going to go through exactly how you can avoid something like this happening for you, especially if you've just had a hair transplant, what it means to your grafts if it actually does happen, and what you should do straight after. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ahmed, and if you don't already know, I got not one but 2 hair transplants done in Istanbul, Turkey. First time I went, I got 6,100 grafts extracted from my donor area and placed onto my hairline and mid-scalp, and those results were great, but I had to go back a second time to finish off my crown, so I got a total of 4,000 grafts for the crown and a little bit on the hairline and the mid-scalp as well. So all in all, I've had 2 journeys of getting a hair transplant, and twice I've hit my head. Bruh. It's not ideal, obviously, but things happen, situations arise, but there are always ways that you can try to avoid it. So hopefully I will go through most of that today with you. And if you're somebody who's just gotten a hair transplant, this is definitely going to help you out in the long term. As always, if you're liking these videos, definitely consider liking it and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, or if you just want to learn more about hair transplants and hair loss in general. So let's first talk about ways you can actually hit your head after you get your hair transplant. The first few days are the most important, as the scalp is the most sensitive right after you get your hair transplant. So hitting your head on anything, whether it's a small bump or a big bump, can dislodge your grafts. One of the most common ways to do it, especially if you're in Turkey, is the transport vans that take you to and from the hotel to the clinic. It's very common to get your head hit right after you get out of that van. So you have to be careful of the surroundings of that. Another easy way to hit your head is through the headboard of your bed at the hotel. It's very common for someone to just drop their head back and it could accidentally hit the top of your scalp. So it's very important to be careful. You can actually hit your head on a cupboard, on a door, anything really, but it's so important to always be aware of your surroundings or else you're going to hit something that you're not even aware of. But what actually happens when you hit your head? The first thing you're going to think of is that your hair transplant is ruined. But that actually depends on a few things. It depends on when it happened, how hard it was hit, and of course, what area it happened to. There is a massive difference between lightly grazing your head versus actually bumping it up. The timing also really matters as to when you hit your head. As I mentioned earlier, the first 2 days are the most sensitive, so your scalp is still just recovering post-surgery. Doctors will still have to clean up and wash your head the next day. So like I said, if you hit it on those 2 days and you're still seeing the doctor, you're still okay. But if you hit it and you're not seeing a doctor after that, it might be a little concerning to just make sure whether your grafts are still in place or not. So what signs should you actually look for if you hit your head? Well, the main one, honestly, is bleeding. If you are bleeding on your scalp, there's definitely a raise for concern. You should immediately take photos of your scalp and send it directly to your clinic. Ask them for an assessment and see what the situation is. If it bleeds and it dries up shortly after, your grafts are most likely to be safe. There might not have been too much dislodging going on. However, if your scalp has bled and it continues to bleed, that definitely raises an issue where your grafts might be dislodged and you might need to seek medical assistance immediately. Another way to check if your grafts have been dislodged or damaged is if something feels or looks disrupted based off of what you see yourself. Sometimes if you bump your head and you're not bleeding, there still might be a chance that your grafts might have moved, so you should always double check that. Take photos, compare it before and after, and obviously send it to your doctor to get more clarification. The most obvious sign though to see if your grafts have been dislodged is if they've actually been dislodged. If you see grafts on your hand, then you know that those have come out. If miraculously you're still at the clinic and that happens, you can go to the doctor and say, hey, these have come out, can you place them back in? There might be a chance to save those grafts. But if you're not nearby the doctor or the clinic, you're most likely going to lose those grafts. So the question on everyone's mind is that, does hitting your head on the first few days affect your hair transplant results? And is your hair transplant basically ruined? The answer is most likely no. because your scalp overall still has all of those grafts placed very specifically to make sure that when they do grow out, they will cover areas where you probably don't see any grafts in the first place. How a hair transplant works is that when the doctor places the grafts individually onto your scalp, they are doing the best they can to be able to give you full coverage in any instance or any circumstance. Most likely, they're also trying to future-proof any areas that might have further hair loss. The way they've placed the grafts will eventually cover up any areas that, let's say, if you do hit your head, it might cover up most of that area as well. And realistically, if you lose a couple of grafts, it's not the end of the world, because like I said, if you do a 5,000 graft surgery and maybe 10 grafts have fallen out, you'll still be okay. There won't be any big discrepancy or difference, and over time you will see that growth happen and you will even forget about the time you hit your head. So in the long run, it's not going to be too bad of a problem, but obviously in that moment in time, it definitely is a little scary. So what are some things you can do to make sure you don't hit your head? Number one, always be spatially aware. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, when you get your hair transplant done, always look 360 degrees all around whenever you can. That's the first thing. The second thing is that make sure whenever you get into any sort of vehicle, duck your head as low as you can, or just squat into the van. I know that sounds really weird, but trust me, I did it after I hit my head the first time. The second time I went back to my hair transplant, I made sure that I was not going to hit my head again. I put a reminder in my head to make sure that didn't happen. Thankfully it did. But like I said, what also works is that if you place your hand over your head and you move forward, you know that this is the topmost area that's going to be hit. And if you touch your head on your scalp, it's still not as bad as bumping your head on a hard surface on a car. Another thing to note is remember to always make sure that you're bringing the right clothes when you get your hair transplant done, because if you're taking something off over your head, you're going to most likely hit your head and your scalp and might damage your grafts as well. That's why some of the most important rules of going for a hair transplant is to make sure you wear a buttoned up shirt or a zipped up hoodie, and so that nothing goes onto your scalp. Another good thing about a lot of the clinics now is that they're also very aware that this happens pretty often, so there's always somebody there to escort you into the van and make sure their hand is over your head as you go inside. So there's definitely a little more caution around that with the clinics and their staff as well. Over time, it's gotten a little better, but there are still some chances on and off. You'll look up at the car roof and you'll see a little bit of marks on there, and you know that somebody hit their head. And it's unfortunate, but it is a reality of the situation. So always be careful, always be aware of your surroundings, and make sure that nothing else is coming in close vicinity of your scalp. So yeah, my brother's experience, he sent me a message and showed me the photos, and I was like, wow, this doesn't look good. But thankfully he got to see the doctor and they cleaned it up. But it happened in the most random way, because it wasn't through the car roof, it wasn't through hitting his head anywhere. It was actually the band that was on his scalp after the hair transplant. So he had gotten his hair transplant, he got the clinic wash, he was already in his hotel, and the next morning he was getting ready for a shower, so he was trying to remove the band on his head. Unfortunately for him, as he took it off, I guess it snapped at the back and it hit the back of his head, and that's where it caused the excessive bleeding. Obviously it was a little concerning for him. He called me and he was really worried, and he just was a little panicky, but I told him, listen, you're still in Turkey, you still have time. Go and speak to the doctor, send them the photos, and see what they can do. Thankfully, the doctors were able to clean him up and clear off all that blood on his scalp, and he was able to go home without any issues. But you know, naturally, if you're going to hit something that just had a surgery, a little bit of trauma to this area might happen, hence causing the bleeding. Even for me, when I got my hair transplant the first time, I hit my head on the car roof. It sucked. It was not ideal. I was still in Turkey for it to happen, and I got it cleaned up. However, I also did hit my head a second time on my second transplant, but this was a month later. I hit my head pretty hard. I was bending forward and I got up really fast, and I hit a metal gate on the top of my head. It was quite brutal, but it was bleeding as well, pretty excessively. Today, when I look back on it, I panicked a lot because I was wondering, did I lose all my grafts even after a month? But thankfully that wasn't the case. The grafts are still there, still visible. I don't have any sort of missing grafts on my scalp, and I'm pretty happy with it. It is still prone to happening regardless, and it's going to give you some sort of anxiety or fear, but you have to understand that after the first couple of days, your grafts are pretty much in place and you have nothing to worry about. If you're losing grafts after that, it's only because either you're scratching them out or pulling them out, but honestly, it won't be because of the head bang after the first couple of days. Now, if you're still having trouble with getting your hair transplant or getting it hit or any other issues that you have, you can always speak to me about it. I have a one-on-one hair transplant consultation that I help people talk through their hair transplants or their journey of hair loss, and I give them the best advice possible, give them a good aftercare list to help keep their hairs growing and getting that best possible result for them. So if you want to have that conversation with me, there's a link in the description below. Check it out. I'm happy to help wherever I can. If you also hit your head, unfortunately, after a hair transplant, let me know in the comments below. I want to know what your story is. It's quite scary to hear a lot of other people who've had this issue as well. So it's also kind of nice to know that there are other people out there who have dealt with it and, you know, going through the same thing. Hopefully it helps other people out there to know what to do and avoid to not let that happen to them too. All right, I think that is all for me for today. Thank you so much for sticking around, guys. I really hope you guys are enjoying the content and the videos. Definitely drop a like if you are, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.